I'm not so sure. Do you really?
I think so. Because it doesn't add on to your own tally, and as a result, they generally fly around left and right.
Cleveland! My goodness! My goodness gracious me!
That is audacious stuff from Cleveland. Wow, got the step off the pick and roll. The screen came from Hiram Harris. Here it is on the Amy replay. And then, bam! Right down Main Street, all over the rim.
Well, Xavier Cooks, you might have to come up with something a little bit more spectacular than what you did earlier on in the season if you're going to win Dunk of the Year, because that is in contention right there.
Jeepers.
This is just...
It's got to be hellacious.
That is hellacious by Cleveland.
They've won the ball back here. The 36ers. What a start.
Everyone.
What a start to the fourth quarter. Huge play from Cleveland. They got it back. And all of a sudden, Melbourne, when they were thinking about a double-digit lead and running up their percentage a little, it's back to a two-possession game.
Blue 59.
And that will give your teammates a bit of a lift. You can see around and you just see something spectacular like that. And then you just get a little extra something running through the veins.
Sunday Detch in the mid-range. It's a two-point game. Dean Vickerman, after 30 seconds, has seen enough. A concerning start for Melbourne, but a brilliant start to the last quarter for the Adelaide 36ers. It's 87-85 at John Cain Arena. Hold the phone.
What a turn of events. We've seen it open this fourth term. So firstly, Chris Goulding steps to the line, misses, unusual. He was a little surprised himself. That was a chance to send the margin out to 8. And then, bang! Antonius Cleveland does this. Crosses over out of the ball screen and just posterizes Mason Peatling with authority. And that was the energy play they needed. Won the ball back, scored again through Sunday Detch. That is just brilliant stuff from Cleveland. And all of a sudden, the 36ers are right back in this thing.
It's a two-point game at John Cain Arena. Adelaide have come out firing to start this last quarter. They're not just going to hand this play in spot to Melbourne. Humphrey's nice work on the glass.
That is their 15th offensive rebound. And it's, when they look back on this game, that is going to be a very telling factor.
It's knocked out of bounds. It'll be an Adelaide ball. 4-point lead to Melbourne. Dean Vickerman not only called a timeout there, Liam, but felt so strongly about it that it was a standing timeout, and we know what that generally means.
Yeah, Mike's out. Would have delivered a very, very stern message on Mike. A lack of attention being paid there. Vickerman's head drops, and another easy bucket for the 36ers.
Ooh, the Southern Perth Wildcats supporters just became a little more interested in this game. They're up next against the Sydney Kings. And Goulding goes to work. One foul from Hiram Harris. So let's just take this chance to revisit all the possible scenarios here, Liam, as we take a look at the Goulding drive. Melbourne needs to win. We know that, to potentially be in the play-in series. Adelaide needing to win by 20 or more, so that's pretty unlikely at this stage. What does a Melbourne loss mean?
Yeah, so if they lose, Melbourne, they can still make it.
Yeah.
then they need Perth to lose and lose by more than what they lost by. So if it's a narrow loss here, that puts them in a good position in that type of situation. But put simply, if they win, Melbourne, and Perth lose, Melbourne are in. If they lose and Perth win, Perth are in. And their percentage is so close that the margin either way will set the target for the Wildcats. So that's the frustration for Melbourne right now, is that they were staring down the barrel of a double-digit lead a few moments ago, and all of a sudden now it's just a basket here or there for the outcome.
Frank's no good with the left hand. Tucker for Peatling. Cleveland got him over the back. He's having a massive say in this game. Detch from outside. 1 point ball game.
He has not hesitated at all either. Sunday Detch is up to 17 points and catches that in rhythm.
Some nervous energy all of a sudden. Rattan Mays winds that clock down. That's off the front of the iron, and Drimmick did a good job of keeping Humphries off the glass. Adelaide with a chance to take the lead. Frank stepping back. Nice hustle from Sunday Detch. Cleveland. It had to be Antonius Cleveland. Adelaide in front.
Gain the effort and energy. Sunday Detch comes up with the team's second offensive rebound of the afternoon, and it results in a three-point play. Here we see, you think that, well, this is going to be a certain two. Cleveland says no. Difficult pass, reeled in by Cleveland, and Sunday Detch just walks into it. And then on the next play, Detch with the offensive board. And if they can overcome this, this is a stat that we're 15 boards to 38 is the current tally, and they still hold the lead by 2.
It's a 2-point lead to Adelaide, and Liam, Antonius Cleveland has been simply phenomenal.
Again, he's been doing it game in, game out over recent times. He had 27 against Cairns, he had 23, 5 and 7 against Sydney, those last 2 wins, and then today he has been brilliant once again. The three-point shooting is the thing that just changes everything for Antonius Cleveland. That's some work by Robert Franks that was nice early, but Cleveland from long range. I mean, Peatling was daring him to shoot that last one. He was 3 of 4 at that stage. He's now 4 of 5. 9 of 14 overall. 27 points, including that, which was a highlight play we're going to see over and over again. And you throw in plenty of nice defense as well. A steal, a block, a couple of dimes. Another outstanding performance from the reigning Defensive Player of the Year, All-NBL first team last year, and one of the best players in the league.
Well, they've shot the lights out on 58% from the field and 12 of 23 from the three-point line for the Adelaide 36ers in this one. And you need to do something special. If you're going to give that much of an advantage on the boards, you need to do something special, and they've done it on the offensive end.
Adelaide making a huge push in this fourth quarter. They've thrown the challenge down to United. Drimmick whistled for his third. Have they tensed up a little bit here, Melbourne?
You get that sense, don't you? Just a little bit of frustration, certainly from Dean Vickerman. That's been there ever present all afternoon. But it was almost a deep sigh of relief you could sense from the group when they got up 7 and had a chance to go up by 8 with the technical foul free throw. But it's gone pear-shaped since then.
Golding from outside. No good. Hiram Harris inside for Franks. Beautiful pass. Franks can't score first time, can't score second.
Two of the easiest opportunities Franks would ever want to get for a player of his capabilities, and he comes up short twice. They're the little things, the little moments in games that can have a huge impact when the margin is so tight.
Coming up next, it's Sydney and Perth at RAC Arena. No Derek Walton Jr. for the Sydney Kings. Xavier Cooks is back. The Wildcats will need to win to make the play-in series. That's coming up as soon as we finish here. Off the inbound. Great D from Adelaide. And McCarron lost the handle.
Wow.
And United dodge a bullet. Golding with all sorts of room. Off target, Newley crashes the glass.
Oh, frustrating stuff for Wildcat fans. Watching on with interest.
Are they ever?
Robert Franks, a couple of missed layups. Mitch McCarron had an easy finish, but he dropped the pass, and then they burp up the defensive board. Melbourne tied up.
That one will be on Marcus Lee. That will be 4 for him as well. Look at Antonius Cleveland.
I was going to say, again, it's the effort. And there you see the hold. I don't know what Marcus Lee or anyone's complaining about. That was pretty straightforward. Seen from that angle. And I tell you, Cleveland and Detch have been the architects for this one for the Adelaide 36ers. The hustle play. And yet again, not quitting on the play. Missed the shot, but still goes and gets it, Cleveland.
Clark. Johnson kicks it out to Franks. Shot clock beats them.
Good scrambling defense. Desperation show by Melbourne United. That's what it's going to take for them.
So for Adelaide, it's all about personal pride, really. The reality is, with 5.5 minutes remaining, they're not winning this game by the 20 or more that they need. But they would love to finish with back-to-back wins and take something away from the season. Tucker turns the corner. That jumps out.
Oh. We see. Gee. Is that Liam? Lost all confidence, but to me that's sort of a hint of a little unsportsmanlike foul. He's tacking the rim. He's not in a sound defensive position. He's coming from behind.
It was him earlier, Ratames. That's twice.
Yeah.
It looks, you'd think he's got away.
Look at this.
Pretty lucky. He's just come across. As you say, not in that legal guarding position and stopping the flow in transition. Surely they're having a bit of a thinking.
Coming from behind. Oh, no.
Consider himself a little lucky. It's 3 on Ratan Mays. Tied ball game at John Cain Arena in front of 10,000 people. And Karen back out for Antonius Cleveland. And that is a 30-piece.
Beautiful kick out by McCarron. They collapse on him and leave the most dangerous player on the floor, Antonius Cleveland, wide open. 16-6 in quarter number 4 for Adelaide. They are coming up big. Nice take from Newley. He's giving him a nice punch off the bench. That's 9 points now for the vet. See everyone just collapse in.
He's unstoppable. 30 points on 10 of 16. 6 rebounds and a couple of assists.
Just absolutely stroking it too. 5 of 6 from long range. He's now 13 from 19 over his last 3 games from three-point territory.
Jeez.
Play through Ian Clark. High arcing over the top of Marcus Lee. They've got the answers right now, Adelaide. Rattan Mays to the cup. It's a one-point game again.
All kinds of pressure now on Melbourne's defense. They just haven't been able to get the stops here in this fourth quarter. And they're going to need them here if they're going to get the win.
Here's Cleveland. Not that time. Melbourne come down the floor to take the lead back in the final day of the regular season.
They got the switch they want.
Rattan Mays short on the three ball. Frank's getting downhill. Melbourne take it away from him. Tucker. Melbourne back in front.
Wow, big shot. Goodness me. Didn't have the numbers there, the offensive rebounders, but he had the confidence. Rose up and drilled it. Rajon Tucker, here he is. He was lucky to get away with this and not cop an offensive foul. CJ Bruton wanted it and then got it back, lined it up, bottom of the net.
Adelaide doing their very best to spoil Melbourne's playoff plans. Nice knockdown from Franks.
Wow, he's got the height advantage. Could just shoot over the top of Brad Newley. Simple offense. Deep post catch there. Inside pivot, knocks it down.
Tucker foul. In motion. Might have been on the floor.
What'd you say? Let the time. You're not fighting. Let it go.
Let's go over here. Robert, please take your team over here. I'll take the ball, though.
It's all on the line right now.
We're not sure what sparked this. A little bit of argy-bargy. There's
Got 2 shots.
There's the foul. He certainly had picked up the ball, so I think the 2 shots is the right call. There was just some unkind words spoken that just got the emotions a little high.
Well, Hyman Harris, in a sense, maybe didn't enjoy the step over. And had a few things to say about that. Xavier Rattan Mays got involved. Cooler heads prevail.
You might have just heard, just before that play, CJ Bruton in the sidelines having a conversation with one of his coaching staff, and it was just subtle, but he said, we're here to win. We're here to win this game. We're going with our best guys, which, I mean, their finals chances are gone now, but you've got to admire that they want to see this one right through to the very end.
He was having that conversation directly with Daniel Johnson, so perhaps Daniel Johnson not overly thrilled about coming out of the game at this stage.
Frank's guarded by Peatling. Same spot, same result.
Feeling it.
Well, for a man who's had his trouble, he's had a few bobbles, a few fumbles, turnovers, some unlucky plays, missed easy shots. In the last couple of possessions, he's shown the faith that CJ Bruton's put in him.
So it comes down to the last 2 minutes. Offensive rebound by Rattan Mays. That's 16 for the afternoon for Melbourne. 17, in fact, to 4 of Adelaide. Shot clock at 2. Peatling grabs it back for Golding.
Ridiculous. It's all simply about the boards for the Adelaide 36ers.
Adelaide's turn. Sunday Dets is fouled. No reviews left.
Well, it was a clutch knockdown from Chris Golding.
What's up?
But the offensive rebound here from Peatling, that's what sets it up. They hadn't really been getting Chris the ball. In the offense, Melbourne but his toes are on the line, lined up, ready to fire off the offensive board in a big moment.
18-4 is the discrepancy on the O boards. 20-42 in the total boards. 18 offensive boards, that's hard to deal with. The amount of opportunities, extra opportunities highlighted in that very pivotal moment.
I would think this is the most dominant offensive rebounding performance of the season by anybody. I can't remember anyone having over 50% on the offensive glass over the course of the season. Meanwhile, Sunday Detch with really important free throws. He misses the first.
He has been just a 58% shooter across the season. Makes the second.
Needless to say, this is a huge defensive possession coming up for the Adelaide 36ers.
Edge of the seat stuff. Perth and Sydney up next. And Derek Walton Jr. not out there for Sydney. The Wildcat season swinging in the breeze regardless of what happens here. But they'll have one eye on what's happening. Tucker steps back. He's short. Another offensive rebound.
Goodness.
Shot clock at 5. Ball in the hands of Tucker again. Tucker went and got it back. And scores. 4-point lead to Melbourne. Still plenty of time for Adelaide, and that too will help from Sunday Detch.
Even when they secured the rebound, they still couldn't hang on to it.
Tucker just needs to worry about getting this thing over halfway. CJ Bruton says no fouls. Return Mays on the move. Big time play.
Wow. Massive. Secures the win for Melbourne United. Don't think I'm going too early there.
Maybe a touch.
Maybe a touch. In the race for the playoffs this afternoon, but also every single one of these points a chance to come into play down the stretch this afternoon. The strength from Return Mays, the concentration to finish the play, and a chance here to put them up by 5 with just seconds remaining.
There's no question about it. The finals have started now. Sydney and Perth up next at RAC Arena. And the equation will become very clear at the completion of this one. Return Mays on the line. Rattles at home, and CJ Bruton wants to draw something up.
Well, if you're drawing up something that's going to be a 3, they need a 3, a bit more scoreboard pressure on them, and then I think you've got to play the free throw game. You're hoping to get a 3 here, foul, and hope for a couple of misses by Melbourne United. It's a long shot, a real long shot, and they're going to have sleepless nights over this one because it's a lot of self-inflicted wounds by the Adelaide 36ers.
The live ladder is coming up in just a few moments. The all-important live ladder. Every single point now counts.
Well, here's the updated situation. So let's imagine it's a 5-point win for Melbourne United. That means it needs to be a 7-point win for Perth to advance over Melbourne. And I've had confirmation that if in the extraordinary circumstances both teams win, Melbourne and Perth, and they end up with exactly the same percentage, the next step is indeed win-loss ratio between them, which Melbourne leads or wins 2-1 over the course of the season. So that's the lay of the land. For United, the equation is simple. Just get a stop right here. Force the miss. clear the defensive rebound, trying to get a last bucket just to finish it off, and then your fate is in the laps of the gods as we take the action out west.
10,100 standing on their feet at John Cain Arena. Their team are almost there. They're almost over the line. Quick bucket needed for Adelaide, and they take it through Drimmick.
Oh, that's going to be sportsmanlike. It's going to be 2 and possession. Worst possible outcome.
If you have an inbound foul,
Because they haven't in the last 2 minutes. The ball hasn't been inbound.
20. Inbound foul. You have one shot.
We have a throw-in foul. It's not an unsportsmanlike foul.
Not
so
an
it's one shot and the rule change. So it's one shot,
But it's still a foul.
and then you get the ball back down there, okay?
One shot of possession.
Yeah. Gee, one of the officials initially indicated it was an unsportsmanlike.
Clark's still trying to argue his case. So
Put your arms there and don't hold him.
If he holds me, what you want me to do?
Let's just worry about, I can't explain that. Let's just worry about the next 8 foot four.
Explain it, but you call a foul.
one free throw and then possession to Melbourne.
In Clark complaining that he thought that it was actually Rathan Mays who grabbed his arm.
A hush. Only just. Here's Ariel Hookporty, the German next star who we haven't seen at all this season. He's stuck with the group the entire time. He's watching on. Melbourne need to safely inbound this ball. And now it's in the hands of the right man, because a 90% free throw shooter will walk to the other end to seal the game.
They did miss one earlier on, but odds well and truly in the favour of him knocking him down. And they took that early too. And I guess you say, well, no issue, you quick two, we get it, we try and do it. But what happens is it's a lot harder shooting free throws when you're only 1 up or 2 up on that occasion than it is when you're 3 up, believe it or not, because there's a little bit more margin for error. Solid.
Now they can start to relax a little on the Melbourne bench. Adelaide have been gallant. They fought it all the way to the very end. They're going to come up short. Well, that wasn't part of the plan.
Well, it's not. And this is, let me tell you, Melbourne United normally wouldn't be overly enthusiastic. They will just run it out. They're trying to get every bucket counts for them. And now we're looking to score on this possession. CJ knows that this one's gone.
Just having a quick look at the out of bounds. Confirmation it's an Adelaide ball. With 4.2 seconds remaining. Tucker for one last three, which might just matter.
That is huge.
Melbourne seal the deal. 116 to 107.
Thank you for watching. Kung nagustuhan mo ang video na ito ay mag-subscribe ka na sa ating channel. Paki-follow na rin ang ating Facebook page, Utak Pilipinas. Again, this is D Sports TV. Paalam.